What's up you guys, it's Bart here, and today I'm going to be talking about my trip to Guernsey last weekend, which I happened to pay nothing for, and in fact I earned a bit of money on the side whilst I was there. So today's video is to explain really how I got to do that, and basically it's a video where I'm going to introduce one of my side hustles that brings me in a bit of income on the side, but at the same time keeps me fit, keeps me on my toes as well, and it's something I really like doing, and it's to do with football. Also, what I'll do is, whilst I'm explaining all of this, I'll put some clips up from the day. Yep, we get it, yeah. Guys, whilst I've got you here, I've noticed that probably 60% of you that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed, so make sure you head down there, hit that red button so that we hit 400 subscribers this month. That's the goal, and it's all up to you. Make sure you hit the like button as well. That's the only way the people that watch these videos can encourage other people to watch these videos. So yeah, please go and smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and let's get back into the video. So to cut a long story short, when I was 14 years old, I decided I needed a bit of extra pocket money. So what did I do? I got myself down to the nearest referee course I could find. So from the young age of 14, I've always been a football referee. I paid like £125 for the course, and since then I've been refereeing pretty much every weekend. So it's been a good journey. It's taught me a lot. It's taught me self-confidence, you know, admin stuff, everything. It's taught me quite a lot, but a bit more about that later on in the video. But the main thing that it has done for me is that it's given me a little side income that still is actually quite good even now when I have a full-time job. So I'll explain all of that to you guys in this video. So I guess the best way to start things off is to explain my trip to Guernsey. So I was recently promoted to a semi-professional level as a referee, so level 4, and I now get to operate on the Ishmin League as an assistant referee. So the team that I went to referee are based in Guernsey, Guernsey Football Club of course, and the club flew us out there for the football game, and they paid for all of the flights, all of the food and everything else. Unfortunately I didn't stay overnight, so it wasn't like an overnight trip, but you know, the flights there and back usually do cost a bit, and I got to see a completely new place for free, and then I got paid for the game as well. So all in all, it was a great experience, and one that was made possible purely because I'm a football referee. So how did I get into football refereeing, and why did I get into it? As I said earlier, all it took is for me to go down to that course, and I've been hooked ever since. So I refereed back when I was 14, you know, youth football, and I slowly climbed my way through the ranks. When I was 16, I refereed my first adults game. And since then I've just been continuously climbing the ladder all the way from level 8 as a youth referee, now up to level 4 as a semi-professional referee. Level 1 is when you start refereeing professional football. So I'm sort of in the middle, halfway there, and it's been an exciting journey so far. But just before I go into the two main reasons I referee and why I've continued to referee, I'm just going to describe that day a bit more because it was honestly so cool. And it'd be good for me to look back on it as well with all of these clips. So I woke up very early, probably at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and that was following a Halloween party that night, which I won't lie, I probably got home at about 2 o'clock. Got up at 5, got dressed, had a shower, had some breakfast, and I was out the door and on my way to Gatwick, ready for the flight. Flight was around 8:30, I believe, but it was delayed, so we were waiting there for about 40-50 minutes after it was supposed to depart, but we got there in the end. Now, funnily enough, the flight, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. The plane had propellers. It didn't have like proper turbines like a big plane. It was like a very small plane with turbines. So instantly I was like, oh no, this could go terribly wrong. So we board the plane, put all of our baggage up in the storage lockers above your head, and off we go. Takeoff honestly couldn't take longer, and they kept delaying it because the weather was awful. So it was actually raining, there was like storms in Guernsey, it was dreadful, but in the end they decided to take off. Oh my god, and I sat there thinking, geez, this could go terribly wrong, as I said earlier. But we took off in the end. It was probably the most bumpy takeoff I've ever experienced. Those propellers were honestly scaring me so much, and it was like sitting on a bus going through I don't know, some muddy terrain. But we were on a plane flying through the air, so it was awful. But we got into the air in the end, and it was great. I sat next to the window, next to some elderly lady, I didn't even know, we didn't even speak, but I sat there looking out the window. It was great to see everything from above. Everything all of a sudden cleared up when we got above the clouds, of course, and it was just a great experience to get back in the air, really. I haven't been on a plane for such a long time because of COVID, obviously. So yeah, we got there. The landing again was a bit dodgy. We were picked up from the airport by one of the club officials. We were driven to this baguette shop in Guernsey where I was, well, I paid in pounds, but they gave me change in like Guernsey money. I'll try and put a clip here up on the screen, so I do have some of it still. I'm definitely going to be keeping it. But long story short, we got to the football ground. We were invited very kindly by the chairman into the boardroom. We had a conversation. He then showed us around the grounds. It was great. Then obviously, I'm not going to bore you with what we do as referees, but we got into the change room, had a chat, got changed, went out and did our warm-up. We had our pre-match team talk and team instructions and everything in the changing room. And then we cracked on with the game. I don't think I have any highlights of the game. I don't want to be like copyrighted, but it was a great game. Guernsey went 1-0 up after I gave a penalty whilst I was on the line, which is great. But then Tooting and Mitcham managed to get 2 back, and it ended 2-1 to Tooting and Mitcham. So that was a quick summary of the match day. We got back on the plane. Again, takeoff was awful. Rain everywhere. Not great, but I landed safely in Gatwick, got home, and I was absolutely shattered. But most of all, I had one of the best experiences in my refereeing career so far, and I'd definitely do it again, so definitely no complaints there. So now a quick summary of the 2 most important reasons as to why I started being a referee and why I'm still a referee. Now, the first of those reasons is the personal development that I get out of it. So I have to deal with some very challenging people on a weekly basis, as you can imagine, and all that it's taught me is confidence, self-belief, not question yourself when you have, you know, like 20, 30 other people questioning you. So same with this YouTube channel, like a lot of my friends would, you know, ridicule me, or it wasn't like that. I have some really good friends that have been very supportive, but you know, the general consensus at school, you know, people would look at me funny and everything, but what did I do? I kept going because I had to, and that's what I'm used to doing, especially as a referee. When you make a decision on a pitch, and you probably have, you know, you have 22 players, 5 coaches from each side, and all the fans around the ground, like 500 people screaming at you, telling you that you've got it wrong, but you just have to keep going. It's got to go straight over your head, and you've got to be ready to make the next decision in, you know, in literally like 10 seconds time. So it's taught me resilience on, as I've just explained there. Again, self-confidence. It's really taught me how to manage my emotions as well. When you have people screaming in your face and you're not allowed to scream back, but you have to remain calm, it's honestly very powerful. And again, that's what refereeing has taught me. And probably most importantly, and this is one that I really value, and I really owe me getting my current job to this, is communication. You know, I know how to verbally communicate with people. I know how to non-verbally communicate with people, and that's all down to the fact that I became a referee when I was 14 years old. And I really strongly do believe that, because I'm having to communicate with players on the field of play, you know, talk to them and everything, but to the wider audience I'm having to, you know, point for things, this and the other. Like, honestly, it's just been very crucial, I feel, to my development as a young boy, you know, to begin with, and now, even now as an 18-year-old, when I'm having to deal with semi-professional footballers that, you know, have a bit of a personality, a bit of a, you know, they're halfway there basically to stardom, aren't they? So it's dealing with these different types of people, and everyone has their own story, but it's dealing with these mostly difficult personalities, and just, you know, cracking on with it. So anyway, enough about what it's taught me. Let's now talk about the second reason as to why I started being a referee, and I'm still a referee, and that's the money that comes with it. So it's not crazy amounts of money, and it's not life-changing amounts of money. When I was 14 and I was out there refereeing football games, sometimes 2 to 3 games a day, and I was being paid, you know, anywhere between 20 to 30 pounds a match. It was great, you know. It was literally an hour or an hour and a half of my time for 30 pounds. I'll do 2 to 3 games a weekend, sometimes a few games in the midweek. It was good. It was good for a 14-year-old. Now it's a bit more. You know, referees at the level that I'm at the moment get paid anywhere between 50 and 60 pounds per game. And some games you get your fuel expenses covered as well. Like when I went to Guernsey, I had to pay for parking. That was like £35. The club had to expense that. So all in all, you know, with expenses, you're looking anywhere between 60 and £100 at the Isthmian level, and at Supply League level, it's probably still between 50 and 60 pounds really per game. So now the monetary value that I get from it has diminished greatly compared to when I was 14, but nowadays I get a lot of, you know, enjoyment out of it, fitness, progression, a sense of like fulfillment, you know, getting out there, having a laugh with my assistant referees and whatnot, and just enjoying it really. And you know, who's going to say no to like 50 or 60 pounds for doing something you actually like for like an hour and a half? Now I say it's an hour and a half, but there's obviously a lot of preparation that goes into a lot of learning, a lot of training, a lot of everything, a lot of communication, a lot of admin, but still it's not for the money anymore. It's for what I get out of it, and everything else that I just said for the past like 5 minutes or so. But yeah, that money when I was younger helped me just helped me do different things, I guess. When I had the spare 50 to 60 pounds and I wanted to start a little drop shipping store, and I had some money to invest into like some stock for that drop shipping store, I had it, right? I had that option. You know, I couldn't go to my mum. My mum's very traditional. I couldn't go to my mum and say, "Mum, can I have 50 pounds to buy these random things from China and then sell them on eBay?" It was never going to happen. So it's good to have that flexibility, and that's what money does. It gives you flexibility, gives you freedom. So yeah, it was a good little earner. It was a good little side hustle, and it still is a good little side hustle. I'm not going to say no to like, I don't know, 100 quid a week from just refereeing football, you know, going out there, enjoying myself and learning and getting paid for it. So it's definitely good. And for anyone that's considering it, anyone that may lean towards becoming a football referee after this video, let me know, drop me a DM on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to follow me there. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It was just something different really to put on the channel, to well, introduce you to one of my side hustles, and hopefully it will encourage you to get out there and start doing yourself. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate the support recently. Let's try and hit 400 subscribers this month, and make sure that you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.